Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. Let's do one more reading with me. Consecutive and simultaneous translation. So something relating to translation kind of thing was there in IELTS exam that had happened on 6th November 2025 in India. So I am covering this reading and I am not claiming that this was the exact reading and the questions were same. Some questions may differ and may be different, but on the basis of only students report I have selected this reading. Let's do this kind of reading where we have three types of question. First is multiple choice question, and of course second type of question we have been given here, um, fill in the blanks, complete the following summary. And third, of course, again MCQ, I can see we have to select four options. Okay, and in next video I'm going to cover this reading also, health in the wild. Okay, so one request I want to do it, I want to say here, do practice with me. If you want to get 7 plus band scores, and some may be wanting 9 band scores, please do practice with me. I am showing you proper left side reading passage, and on the right side it is given questions and answers. Questions, okay, answers we have to find it. Okay, let's start this reading. First, I will not read anything. Translation word meaning I know, that's why consecutive and simultaneously translation they are explaining it in the reading passage. So first I will start reading question statements and taking targets from the questions, and then I will try to find the locations from the first paragraph. First type of question, definitely we can get the locations in the first paragraph or maybe in second paragraph. Okay, so as soon as you completed this, you will complete this first type of question, and second type of question, definitely after that you can get the location of second type of question. Keep stay with me. And to practice, when I am finding my answer, you can pause the screen and find your answer. Pause the video, I mean, you can find your own answer and do it before me, and then try to match it. If some answer is contradictory, suppose I am saying here A and you are saying C number will be there, just do comment me, I will explain you more. Okay, sometimes it may possible that I may also wrong. Let's do this multiple choice questions. Okay, let's understand the instructions first. Choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. It means we need to select only one options. Okay, and in this kind of multiple choice question, here it is given choose four correct letters, write your answers in boxes 10 to 13 on your answer sheet. Here it means we need to select four options. This is also a multiple choice question, and this is also, these are also multiple choice question where we need to select one option only. Okay, so how to do multiple choice question in IELTS reading, that's more important. So I will be sharing IELTS reading tips and tricks for your IELTS exam preparation. Keep watching it, keep doing practice with me. Okay, so first I will read question statement. I will not try to read any options like these. Please don't read any option before reading the question statement, before finding the location in the paragraph, and then come back to the option. Means we have to find whether this option is true or false, whether this option is true or false. If it is false, means this will not come. If it is true with the information, then this will be the answer. Okay, in which way does the author state translation at the beginning of the passage? At the beginning of the passage, it means we will be reading it from a number paragraph, from the beginning of the paragraph. So what does the author state? What author state here means, saying translation at the beginning of the passage. What he is saying about translation at the beginning of the passage. Okay, so let's read a number paragraph. When people are faced with a, here this is passive voice, are faced with a foreign language barrier, the usual way around it is to find someone to interpret. So keyword here is at the beginning of the passage, I understand. So it means they are writer will be explaining about the definition or some his personal view about translation. So here, when people are faced with a foreign language barrier, the usual way around it is to find someone to interpret or translate for them. The term translation is neutral term, okay, used for all tasks where meaning of the expressions in one language is turned into the meaning of another, okay. Whether the medium is spoken, written, or signed in specific professional context. However, a distinction is drawn between people who work with the spoken or signed language and those who work with the written language. There are certain tasks. No. In which way does the author state translation at the beginning of the passage? Okay, we have to read it again. When people are faced with a foreign language barrier, okay, the usual way around it to find someone to interpret or translate for them. The term translation is used for neutral term used for all tasks where meaning of the expression in one language is turned into the meaning of another. Okay. Medium is whether the medium is spoken, written. Okay. Let's read all the options. The abstract and concrete meaning. Abstract and concrete meaning exact. It is concrete meaning. The exact meaning they are not explaining it here. General and specific meaning. So general meaning, yes, of course, when people are faced with a foreign language, the usual way around, usually is general way around is to find someone to interpret or translate to them. Okay, if you don't understand this, then where the meaning of expression in one language is turned into meaning of another, whether the medium is spoken, written, or this thing. So general and specific meaning will be the answer according to me. Let's read. So this was not exactly explained. Let's read C also. Several examples of translations meaning. Examples where it is given several example. No, where we were looking in the starting of the passage. So these were the lines starting of the passage. Several examples not explained. Different meaning in various professions. So profession kind of thing. In specific professional context, however, a distinction is drawn between people who work with the spoken or signed language and those who work with the written language. In specific professional context, however, this distinction is drawn between different meaning in various profession. Distinction is drawn between people work. So there are certain tasks that as when source speech is turned into target writing. But I don't think so. Specifically, he is talking about various professions only. He's just talking about general things. What is the meaning of translator? When people are faced with any language kind of thing, then translation is there. So let's read second question number. Application of headphone in a UN conference tells us that. Now let's find UN conference. In this paragraph, no UN is there. Let's shift the page. Let me clear it. UN United Nation is there. You can see this. Okay, so I can see United Nation. Application of headphone in a UN conference tells us, okay, at major conferences such as United Nations General Assembly, the presence of headphone word is also there, is a clear indication that a major linguistic exercise is taking place. Now your answer will be only from this sentence. If you ask me, I will not read anything because the sentence is starting from here and answer is also in this sentence. So they are explaining application of headphones, usage of headphones in general. UN conference is a clear indication that a major linguistic exercise is taking place. If you don't understand, then read one more sentence. In everyday circumstances, interpreters are frequently needed, especially in cosmopolitan. Okay. Yes, we can read it just above. Interpreting is today widely known for its use in international political life. So they have given some platform for explaining this example. When senior ministers from different language backgrounds meet, the television record invariably shows a pair of interpreters hovering in the background. For this, they have used this UN example. Let's read options. TV show is being conducted. No, it's particularly about UN conference. TV show is not conducted. Radio program is on air. No, no explanation about radio program. Two sides are debating. So debate kind of thing is also not explained over in these lines. So one option is left, but language practice is in process. So linguistic exercise is taking place. It is given. So that's why this will be the answer. So let's do third number question. In the passage, what is the author's purpose in citing the Tower of Babel? Again, one more example. They are explaining Tower of Babel. So let's find it. Tower of Babel in next paragraph. Okay. So let's move to it. But yes, let me find this Tower of. No, here nothing is given about tower. Let's find this first. I will find this Tower of Babel. Means I am finding the location of this keyword. Then I will find. Then I will read the sentence structures, all sentences. So Tower of Babel. How my cursor is moving, I am just finding the keywords like that. But yes, sometimes Tower of Babel is here. Sometimes synonyms they have used. Then we need to read it carefully. Okay, so I have found this Tower of Babel here. I don't know where it is. If you know in which country it is, then please text me and I will also get to know where it is. Okay, what is the author's purpose in citing the Tower of Babel? Okay, why he is explaining the example of Tower of Babel? Let's read it. Doubtless, the recency of developments in the field partly explains this neglect. One procedure, consecutive interpreting, is very old and presumably dates from the Tower of Babel. Here, the interpreter translates after the speaker has finished speaking. This approach is widely practiced in informal situations as well as in committees, and this. So one procedure, consecutive interpreting, is very old and presumably dates from. So this is talking about some historical things that this method is using, and presumably dates from the Tower of means historical thing they are talking. Let's read options. Interpreting secret is stored in the tower. Secret. No, I don't think so. They have explained it any secret. Interpreter emerged exactly from tower from interpreter emerged exactly from time of Tower of Babel. Interpreter emerged exactly from, not exactly thing. Here it is given presumably, means they are presuming it. It has long history, not exactly it has started from the time of Tower of Babel. No. So this is also wrong. C. Consecutive interpreting has a long history. Yes, I can say yes for C number. It is given like that. Consecutive interpreting is very old and presumably dates back from Tower of Babel. Okay, that's why C will come. And D also we can read consecutive interpreting should be abandoned. No, abandoned kind of thing, it is not given over here. Let's do next question number 4. In D paragraph, I have got this word also. See this? I lately realized that this word is here. So about simultaneous interpreting, which of the following is true? Okay. In larger and more formal settings, however, it has been generally replaced by this interpreting, a recent development that arose from the availability of modern audiological equipment and the advent of increased international interaction between the following second word. So some equipment they are talking about that arose from equipment. So I was reading it. Yes, I have read it. No, first I have read. In fact, I was going to through this paragraph, these lines. In fact, and then I realized in the paragraph I have found this word. So simultaneously. So here you can see this. Okay. So on the basis of this equipment word, you just try to read. They are talking about this. It relies on professional equipment. So that arose from the availability of modern audiological equipment. That's why C will come. Let's do fifth number question. In consecutive translation, if the section is longer than expected, what would an interpreter most probably do? Okay. Consecutive translation, if they were explaining it in previous paragraph. Let's read previous paragraph. Here they have started talking about consecutive translation. So if the section is longer, okay, now let's find section is longer kind of length, kind of frequency, kind of thing where they will be explaining. Definitely this will be the answer. Okay, here the interpreter's strategy and final results depend to a great extent on the length of the segment. It means if the section is longer to be translated, if the segment is just a sentence or two, interpreter closely follows the original speech. Okay, as often as not. However, the interpreter is expected to translate a long speech which has lasted for scores of minutes or even longer. So they have started talking about from here to here, they are talking about this. If the section is longer than expected, then what would, now here they have given situation. Now in this case, what would be the result? He has to remember a great number of messages and keep them in mind until he begins his translation. He has to take notes of the original messages. Various systems of notation have been suggested for the purpose. Okay. Here they are saying the interpreter would remember a great part of the messages. He or she has to remember some parts ahead. Okay. He or she has to break down them first. This is not explained like that. He or she has to respond as quickly as possible, not given like that. He or she has to remember all parts. No, all parts also it is wrong. This is wrong sentence. Here they are saying to make this, no, in this case, he has to remember a great number of messages. Not all parts of the messages they are not explaining. So remember some parts ahead, this will come. Let's do fill in the blanks. So here complete the following summary and two words, not more than two words and or a number. It means some number kind of fill in the blanks will be there. And before starting fill in the blanks, please do like and subscribe and do positive, write some positive comment. Okay, so let's do this fill in the blank. The cycle from ear to voice normally lasts about, which depends, last about means something numerical number will come on the sophistication of paper. For example, it could go up to dash sometimes. Okay, so cycle word I need to find, ear to voice also I need to find. Ear to voice somewhere I have just read. Just a minute. Ear to voice. Words is there. Somewhere I have, yeah, ear voice span, it is there. Yes, we can read it from here. Yes, let's read it, start read it. The one of the two procedure, it is second that has in no other context routinely preserving. Moreover, there is delay of few words, stimulus response because of the time to assimilate said in the source to translate. Okay, this ear voice span is usually about 2 or 3 seconds. The cycle from ear to voice normally is usually, okay. The words before blank, they are also important to find correct answer. This is also IELTS reading tips and tricks. So normally means usually, and of course we have got the location of this sentence. So cycle they have not explained. Span means cycle, I think they are talking, is usually about 2 or 3 seconds. So normally means usually, About, here synonym they have used last. About, same word is given. So 2 or 3 seconds we can write. So 2 or 3 seconds, how we will write? Or word is also countable, so how we can write it? So we can write like that, 2 and 3 seconds. So these will consider as one word, but I don't think so this will consider as one word. 2 and 3 seconds. About 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I think we can write 2 seconds also or 3 seconds also. Everything will be correct. Now, seventh. For example, it could go up to dash, but it may take it may be as much as 10 seconds. It could means as much as means highest. So here it is given. For example, it could go up to 10 seconds. So in seventh number, we will be writing 10 seconds. Full spellings you can note it down from question statement. Okay. Eighth, when experts took close research on affecting elements, they found appropriate speaking speed is somehow among dash WPM. Okay, this is also easy to find WPM word. Just a minute. WPM. 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 Somewhere I have read WPM. Just a minute. Here WPM is not. It is also not. WPM is in this paragraph, G paragraph. In that paragraph, answer was there. So WPM I can see here. So when experts took close, experts, research projects means they are talking about experts and all. Close look on affecting elements, they found appropriate speaking speed is somehow among dash. Okay, in one controlled study, again they are talking about experts took close research. Controlled study means when speeds were gradually increased in a series of stages from 95 to 164 WPM. So here what will be answer? Somehow among stages from 95 to 164. The ear voice span also increased with each stage and the amount correctly interpreted showed a clear decline. Okay, so I am also confused about what will come 95 to 195. Then it will become 3 words or no? 2 words and a number. So if you ask me, then 95 to 164 will come. Okay, I will solve it later. In a specific experiment, the accuracy of interpretation of dropped while the ear voice span speed increased bit. Oh no, this I think no, no, no. Location is, I think I was around. Yes, if they are explaining 95 to 164, it means my location was wrong. They have explained this word here. So it means they are talking about, yes, then 200 WPM will come. Means 200 will be the answer, I think. It seems that an input between 100 to 150 per minute is a comfortable rate for interpreting an upper limit of around 200. They found appropriate speaking speed is somehow among. It means 200 WPM will come. In a specific experiment, the accuracy of interpretation dropped. Ear voice span word is here also increased with each stage. The amount correctly interpreted. So 95 to 65 it is given. So okay. So actual sentence is here. However, the maximum speed was about 9. This is ninth number is 4. However, maximum speed. Now, what is the maximum speed? Okay, no. Maximum speed was about WPM. So in eighth number, 100 and 120 words per minute, because it is given between. Between means like it is among. So on the basis of this word, I have found this answer. Appropriate speaking speed is appropriate input speed speed between 100 and 120 words per minute. So what will be the answer in 8? 100 and 100 dash 120 will come in the 8th fill in the blanks. Now in 9th number, as I was talking about, everything we have got 95 to 164, only we need to find. However, the maximum speed was about maximum speed they were talking about here in that stage, with an upper limit of around 200 wpm. So upper limit is maximum speed, so here 200 will come here wpm. Okay, so it is not necessary that every time you will get all the answers in logical, in chronological order. No, otherwise sometimes paraphrasing or this kind of thing will be there. Now let's do uh, next multiple choice question. That is, we have to select 4 options. So this question is also difficult. If you are not getting the location, then it will be difficult, and if you get the location, definitely it will be easier for you. Okay, so same, we will be reading the question statement. Which 4 of the following are factors that affect interpreting? Which following factors? So we have done fill in the blanks here only. So let's read it in the next paragraph. One more paragraph is left. Let's try to find out. No, sorry, this is the last paragraph. Let's try to find uh, which factors affect interpreting. So this, which factor affected by poor listening, interpreting. Okay, we can read it like that. How far successful interpreting is affected by poor listening conditions or the speed at which the source language is spoken. It seemed that now here's something else they are explaining it. Also, translating load increases causes of, there are some more errors of emission. These are important findings given for what is needed. There is an urgent need to most neglected field. No, this is not. Okay, let's read it here also. This is done all of a source given the often lengthy periods of within confined. Okay, how it is all done, it is not clear. That it is done at all is a source of some wonder given the often lengthy periods of interpreting required, the confined environment of an interpreting booth, the presence of background noise, and the awareness that major decision. Now, in that situation, if you are not getting the location, then what will we do? Definitely, I will read all the options. Some in these options, 2-3 keywords will be there. Those keywords will take us to the location. Background word, I have just background noise also. It means I am at the right paragraph. And background, because of background, and again background is also there again. Because of the background word, I have found the location. Let's read it again and do it. Solve. Now, factors that affect interpreting. Given the lengthy interpreting required, the confined environment of an interpreting booth. Okay, so they are just explaining factors that affect the confined environment. They are explaining the presence of background noisy of background. So this we can select it. Okay, background noise, the presence of, no, the confined environment of an interpreting booth. Some environment also they need it. Environment kind of mastery in structure and grammar. This emotional states require the confined environment of an interpreting booth, the presence of background noise, the awareness that major decisions may depend upon the accuracy. Some awareness they are talking. Emotional states of interpreter means who will do interpreting? Of course, interpreter. So his mental state should be correct. Other considerations such as cultural background also make it aim to pay full attention to the backgrounds of authors and recipients to take into account differences. Okay, the culture of different background also we have selected. Understand the significance of being precise. Upper volume limit of speakers, this is not explained like that. Speed of incoming sound source. Let's mastery in structure. So 3 we have got. Noisy of background population should be there. Environment of an interpreting booth. Environment. So grammar structure, it is not explained. Speed of incoming sound source. This also we can select, I think. Understanding the, okay, noisy, speed. Speed, are they talking about speed? This I have doubt. Emotional states, culture of different, understanding the significance of being precise. Authors, the recipients to take account into different sources and target language. I think F we can select and B we can't select because of speed of incoming sound source. It is not exact clearly.